today's presentation, I will analyze Lululemon's as its brand manager. The whole speech will divide into the three parts, including research methods, ethnography, and implications. In the first part, I will describe research planning, entrance data collection, analysis, interpretations, and ethics and member check. In the second part, I will introduce the brand communities and four findings. In the last session, I will propose management suggestion based on the service resource to increase Lululemon's brand increase. Now, let's begin our speech. Lululemon specializes in the women's fitness apparel and also sell a limited range of men's sportswear and sports accessories such as the yoga mat and the gym bag. The company has over 30 stores across Australia and launched on the online store in 2009, which has attacked significant demand over the past 5 years. However, Lululemon's market share is low and their market share is 5.4%. Therefore, the study needs to analyze qualitative data about the consumer experience and the meaning given a particular band. The researcher used the finding to provide useful management advice to Lululemon. This opinion can help brand increase market share and increase brand increase. In the next part, we will talk about the entrance. According to the industry reports on the fitness and sports clothing store, the consumer group can now divide into three groups. People aged 15 to 34 account for 36.6% of industry's income. People aged 35 to 54 account to 46.3% of industry's profits. People over 55 years old account for 7.1% of industry revenue. Each age group have different needs to products. Consumers aged 15 to 34 are more sensitive to fashion trend, and they attach great importance to clothing style. However, they can only buy cheap products because they have a lower disposable income. Customers between the age of 35 and 54 purchase new products infrequently because they are less to fashion trend. They prefer to purchase higher quality products. Customers over the age of 55 focus on the comfort, price, quality, and durability. Next part we will talk about the data collection. When we setting the data, we need to find those negative comments. With this data, the researchers were able to identify Lululemon's weakness and improve on them. When looking for the data, researchers must ensure that the data is ready. This means that the customer they service must have the purchased Lululemon products. The data in this report come from the three primary sources, including Facebook, the online communities, and interviews. First, Lululemon will post a promotional video about their products on Facebook. The consumer can write down their value of Lululemon in the comments. Second, in the online communities, the researchers found post titles. Why does Lululemon have so many bad reviews? In the comments, researchers can find a lot of important data. Finally, a select young female consumer group for interview. In the customer market of yoga, female customers are the main buyer. The two people in this report are students at the QT. They answered two questions, including what does this brand mean for you? And tell me a bit about your experience with this brand. This part will talk about analysis and interpretations. Researchers need to synthesize and classify data before analyze the and interpreting data. At the same time, researchers need to carefully analyze consumer data. For example, as you can see from the figure 1, Christine Bridges said if you care about the empowerment, inclusive, and inequalities, you wouldn't completely snob all the smart, healthy, and beautiful women who will access less than 12. I can't believe you are still snubbing so many. This data clearly shows Christine Bridges' dissatisfaction with the member of Lululemon clothes. She believes that Lululemon cannot expect women who wear more than 12. Therefore, we found the relation of the first consumer discussion is the size. For the future too, cosmetics said and completely down the buying Lululemons and wait every year for the Women's Day sale. Cause let's be real, no everyone can afford more than $100 pants. Can't believe there is no sale this year. We will have so many dissatisfied customers. Kids can only afford Lululemon's products if they have a price cut. Lululemon has a pricing problem. This problem will be the second area of discussion. On the fish 3, a user comment in the online communities that the sister gave her a pair of tights as a gift several years ago. The quality of these tights is very good. For this reason, he recently purchased new Lululemon leggings. However, the quality of the second pair of pants is very poor. It feels like a cheap product. As we can see here, we also need to be aware of the Lululemon's product quality issues. From the fish 4, users try many styles of the Lululemon's clothes. However, she found that their styles are not suitable for her. This is a question about product design. I also found the same problem when I was interviewed. The two ladies had the opposite view on the Lululemon's product design. One is a big fan of the Lululemon style and one thinks brands decides on priorities. In this slide, we'll talk about the ethics and the member check. When researchers collect data, they need to pay attention to ethics standards. For example, if research want to use the customer comment on the Facebook or online communities, they need to ask the customer and Lululemon to agree. They also need to explain the customer that we are students from the communities and that's the data we use in limit to reports. If the consumer does not agree with us, we should delay the data immediately. At the same time, when researchers are preparing interviews, they need to tell participants about the purpose of the interview and the directions of using data. During the interview process, we need to maintain the ethics standard in these 3 areas: permissions, respect, and fulfilling commitments to individuals and organizations. In here, we will talk about the nanographics. First, we will introduce the brand community. A brand community is defined as a communication platform building among consumers who use a special brand. Social media and brand communities often overlap. On Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, customers can learn more about Lululemon. They can also learn their comments and ideas below each post. There are also many groups about Lululemon in this social media. Customers can post their consumer experience in it. They can recommend products to other members to tell them about Lululemon's shortcomings. In the online communities, customers can freely share their years of experience. The promotions of brand community can increase the connection between customers. We can fund the customer discussion Lululemon in 4 ways, including price, quality, size, and product design. First of all, about the price. The price of Lululemon has made their product difficult to civilians. This is because Lululemon's initial title group is said to be a high-ending crowd. They only sell people with high income. However, Lululemon's competitors are increasing. If Lululemon does not make change, the market share will continue to decrease. Lululemon's hope to both purchase rates through gift cards and holiday discounts. However, the quality of their service in both areas was disappointing. The second finding is product quality. Customers of all age pay attention to product qualities. In the data, some customer mentioned that Lululemon's pants are easy to get off the ball after exercise. Another customer said that Lululemon's pants are very transparent. Her parents is hard to protect when he is doing yoga. Regarding product qualities, Lululemon also acknowledged that the quality drop was due to manufacture. However, they didn't do anything to address these issues. At the same time, we can also discuss price and product quality. Customers don't spend much money to buy a pair of pants that will embarrass them. They all want to buy a cost-effective product. When Lululemon's competitors can meet customer demand, customers will look for the new brand to buy products. Third, Lululemon's clothing size has been the subject of consumer debates. Because of them, we found that Lululemon's product size is not suitable for all female customers. Many women who wear size 10 or 12 cannot buy suitable top and pants on Lululemon. And the purchase power of this kind of consumer group is huge. Lululemon's next behavior has caused them to lose a large part of markets. 4. Different consumers have different value of the Lululemon's product design. In this aspect, the company can hardly meet the end of all customers. However, Lululemon does not seem to spend much time on the product design. If customer is faced with the same price and the same qualities of the product, the clothing style can also promote the customer's purchase decision. These 4 finding points are of the Lululemon. In the last part, we'll talk about the implications. The first one is to decrease the price and increase the discount activities. Research can submit a management opinion for the survey's results. First, describe the price or increase the discount activities. Lululemon has kept its profits in the line while keeping the price down. They need to keep price competitive in the same type of products, or Lululemon can add discount to keep them following. Second, to improve product quality. Customers dissatisfaction with the Lululemons begin with the delay in the product quality. Lululemon should consider switching manufacturers, since the manufacturer is the cause of decrease the product quality, changing the manufacturer in the most effective ways. If Lululemon's contract with the manufacturer is not over, the company should send someone in to push protections. At the same time, Lululemon should also set up the department that specializes in the product's qualities. This department needs to control the quality of Lululemon's products. Third, to produce clothing in the large size. Lululemon can learn about this customer group market share from the market research. Companies can use the data to define how many sizes of 10 or 12 clothing will be produced. At the same time, in the Lululemon store, this size should be kept in the plain view for consumers to choose from. 4. To understand fashion trend, Lululemon need to take the time to understand the current fashion trend. They need to understand the customer recent performance. At the same time, Lululemon need to increase the frequency of Legion's new style of the clothing. If consumers do not prepare this session's clothing, the past style with the next session will be certainly to recognized by customers. Thank you for your listening.